Hello. We are here for our first interview of the day with the wonderful, wonderful Vic O'Farrell. I am so excited that you're here, love.
I am just here. All I can say is you need Chrome and I didn't have it. Oh,
The joys of tech. So would you like to introduce yourself to the world? Tell people who you are.
oh, thank you, Julie. Yes, so I am Vic or Vicky O'Farrell. I am the queen of behaviours. I am a award-winning disc practitioner, and I do apologise there. Wonders. Don't you just love lives? Yes, and I use the disc theory. I help people understand why others do, say, and react the way they do, because we're all different, and recognising our differences is what makes the world go round.
Absolutely. Now, you feature in the book. You're one of my case studies, and I can remember messaging you quite well into the book, and I said, Vic, I want to put you in my book, but I want to put you under an archetype that I'm not sure if you think you are. And so, although we're talking about being a queen and building your tribe as a queen, I also think you're a bit of a maverick. So, how did you feel when I sent you that message?
Well, first of all, I was a bit like, oh, maverick, me? It's not really me, is it? And then I read the maverick archetype, and I read it to my husband, and he went, yeah, that is you. I went, I honestly, I read him what you wrote about me in your book, and he just laughed.
Yeah.
It's the comment about you saying when, because I was on the welcome team at the PSA, and you said, I just wasn't ready for that kind of conversation in the morning.
You are full of personality, and as I said, I heard you before I saw you, and so talk to me, because with the archetypes, you're never just one thing. And so you've done a massive rebrand this year, haven't you? And you are claiming that title in terms of the Queen of Behaviours. So we've been working together for just over a year. Can you just talk about the difference of where your business was a year ago and where it is today, and what tribe building has done in terms of that shift?
Oh, well, I've absolutely loved this year. And I know that's probably not what a lot of people would say, really, is it? Because actually a lot of people have said it's SH1 too. And to be fair, on the 23rd of March, yes, everything in my diary out like dominoes. But we'd started working, I think I signed up for one of your programs this time in December last year to start in January.
Yeah.
And that was Grand in Your Hand. And I was just, I found the first program like completely overwhelming. It was mental. That's the only way I could describe it. But I thought I've got to go with this because I've seen your business grow, and I thought I need a business coach. Although I'm a coach myself, you still need a business coach to move where you need to be. And so I was only ever delivering face-to-face. All my workshops were London and the South, and that's how I delivered it. And I wanted to take my business online. I wanted to reach a much bigger audience, because people had said to me, well, that's great that you deliver your workshops to corporates, but I'm an SME or I'm an entrepreneur. How do I do personality profiling with you without having to be in one of your big workshops? So that's why I thought you're an expert of tribe building and online businesses. Hence, I thought this is why I'm engaging with you, because you know what you're doing. And so who knew when I signed up for that COVID was going to hit and everybody would be taking their businesses online. But it was the program. You can't just say, right, here's my workshop and now here it is online. It doesn't work, does it? You've got to go through a process, and your program took all of us that were on the program together all through that process of how you build your business online. It's completely different than building your business in a world where you're delivering live workshops. It's so different.
Yeah. And I know for you've commented on the fact that, being a solopreneur can be really lonely. And we've spoken a lot about having not only building your tribe of clients and customers and advocates, but being in a tribe of other small business owners. What difference has that made to you this year?
Oh, massively, massively. You know, I'm a really outgoing, peoply person. And so missing live workshops, that's the biggest thing for me. I wasn't with people, you know, I haven't left the house. I've left my kitchen. I've come in my office. So, and you said the word lonely there, and it can be, even if you've got virtual PAs and things like that, it's not the same as being with other like-minded business people. Now, we all had different businesses. I mean, there was, you know, quite a few coaches around, and everyone kind of has that coaching in the background. But to actually be with other people and bounce ideas off them, you know, to be able to, I mean, we came up with Queen of Behaviours. I can't remember what program that was on. I think it was on tribe building, wasn't it? And I was a bit like, oh, I'm not really sure. Can I really call myself a queen? And actually, it was the tribe, your tribe I was in, that all turned around and went, absolutely, you can.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, I'm just going to go with this.
And I love that, because it was, you allowed yourself to be vulnerable. You do this in a really good way. You're so authentic, and you allow people to see both sides of you. And you know, in my communities, we see every type of emotion in there, from elation to breaking down into, God, let me go and get a job in Tesco's next week, right? And it's that safety that enables us to come up with the best ideas and to create the right programs and the right support and things like that. And I know that you have really embraced the archetypes, particularly the Queen and the Maverick. Your marketing is fantastic from a Maverick perspective, but you've also up-leveled your business. So yes, you've got the branding of the Queen, but I don't think that's it. I think you have just embodied that thing of, actually, I am the expert. Actually, I do know my stuff, and I'm not waiting for permission anymore. I'm not seeking permission. I'm going to go out there and I'm going to change the world. So for those people that haven't read the book yet, or are a little bit like, what's an archetype? Like, what's your take on that archetype process?
Oh, I loved it. I really did, because it aligns with what I do in terms of personalities, because every one of those archetypes can also be every type of personality. It's not like, well, if you're in DISC terms an ID or a DI like you and me are, then you would fit into the Queen, or because we're very different in terms of our archetypes, but we're very similar in terms of our personalities. Yeah. So I loved how it just took it to a whole new level, and it just put it in. What I love about working with you, Julie, is that you just talk in normal words. You know, there's no, you know, boardroom bingo bullshit going on. There's no big words that I have to go and look up, and I'm thinking, oh, what do you mean by that? And I've worked with people before, and I'm like, oh my God, everyone's using such big words. I'm not a big words person.
Yeah, and it was my fear about even using the word archetype. I was a little bit worried about using the word archetype, because firstly, not everyone knows what an archetype is, and secondly, it's a little bit woo. It's a little bit spiritual. It's used a lot in the kind of spiritual world. But for me, it's about an energy, and I don't think that we are just one archetype. I think we have predominance, and we definitely have ones that we are adverse to. And I've been speaking quite a lot about my, you know, I am done with mothering everybody, right? So one of the archetypes is the mother, and as I built my plus size running business, I was definitely the mother. I looked after everybody, and I was, you know, up till all hours in the morning messaging people individually and stuff like that. And it's, for me personally, it wasn't sustainable. And I think that's why I've built my business in such a way that people don't need me every minute of the day, right? And so knowing that I'm adverse to it means that I can pick up the gaps in my business where people do need nurturing. Like, where are those moments? So in terms of those archetypes and the process of launching, because we are always launching our online things, which of them have been the most helpful aside from the Queen and the Maverick?
So I guess when I first looked at it, I just assumed that I was going to be the teacher, because I thought that's what I do. I train, or the facilitator, because I'm either delivering my own stuff or I'm facilitating for other people. So you make assumptions, but it's when you get into the nitty gritty and realize that actually the mothering part, again, I know I can do that, but it's exhausting actually mothering people. And I knew that whilst the queen was in the background and I had the queen's abilities, I never really brought it to the forefront. I never really put it in my business and then led like a queen. You know, I judged myself. It is that fear of judgment from other people. I have it's a fear of failure or a fear of loss of popularity as well. I really don't, if people don't like me, I'm like, well, why don't you like me? But I just have to understand that not everyone is going to like me. Yeah. I'm not everyone's cup of tea. And by bringing up that different archetype in launch, so I don't need to be a queen all the time, but I need to be the queen when I'm in launch mode. Yeah. And that's what your archetypes really helped me understand, is that I can't be a queen all the time, because actually that's also exhausting. When I'm delivering, I'm the teacher. I am the teacher because that's what I'm doing. But when I'm launching my business, I need to be a different archetype.
Yeah, yeah. And that's what the Shine Bright method, which I talk about in the book, is all about. It's shaped in a diamond, and it talks about your illuminated archetypes and your shadow ones, and the ones in the middle that are about mastery. So, you know, even if you're the best storyteller in the world, unless you create things, people will very rarely get to hear your stories, you know. So it's about kind of finding a mix. And we know that this year there have been lots of highs and lows. So do you want to share what some of your highs and lows have been from this year?
Oh, well, my highs were Bill, sorry. My highs, I'm going to have a mouthful of tea. A pint mug of tea. The highs for me have been winning business from overseas. Yeah. That is what COVID-19 allowed me to do by launching a business online. It took away all those geographical boundaries.
Yeah.
And so, you know, I think when I had people who bought my very first program, I had 3 guys from Switzerland that I'd never done business with before. I'd never spoken to. We were connected via LinkedIn. He saw the launch that I was doing. He saw all the details I was doing, because like you say, I'm a bit of a maverick when it comes to my posts. You know, some posts aren't always professional. There is a live I did and posted it in there, and I'm in a boob tube in the middle of summer. But people, therefore I stand out for people. Yeah. And so that really was it. It gave me the confidence to know that I am doing what I'm good at. I'm an award winner, so I know I'm good at what I'm doing. And it just really did just give me the confidence to just go bigger and bigger and bigger, which is what I've done. The lows, oh, well, I think that's just been the emotional lows of actually what lockdown has done to me. So, you know, all the programs have gone right, but I just think I got exhausted. I was doing too much. I was probably mothering archetype too much, you know. So I had my program, I had my Facebook groups, but then I also had lots of people who were coming to me for my expertise, but I wasn't charging for it.
Yeah.
And that's what you then said, right, you've got to change your archetype. You need to bring your queen up. Yeah. You need to stop your mothering, because you're giving away all of your expertise and time for free, Vic. Why would you do that?
Yeah. Yeah.
And it just helped me turn it around.
For sure. And give people an idea of the difference the success that you've had this year has made to your life and will make to your life moving forward.
Well, apart from the financial aspect of it,
let's talk finances, because ultimately, like, this year has been a tough year for a lot of small business owners, especially for speakers, especially for trainers, people that normally do stuff in person. And I would imagine there was a lot of fear at the beginning of the year for you around, you know, will I be able to make enough money to do this full time? You know, so let's speak about the finances. I don't need to know the numbers, but what difference has it made going online for you?
Well, again, it's 23rd of March and everything I had booked, all the workshops I had booked just disappeared like dominoes. And so I literally went from cash flow to, you know, zero flow. And I actually thought, I panicked because I thought I can't survive with no income. I have mortgages. I have, you know, So but by doing the online stuff, and then it was the charging the right money, because then I was a bit like, oh, I haven't done this before, so really I need to just. But you helped by, all of us in Tribe, is by doing a pilot, or doing your first. Just do your first one and test it, and tell people that you're testing it, and don't be afraid to make mistakes in that pilot and that test. And I didn't make mistakes, but I learned that actually what works well and what doesn't work, and I put out a survey monkey at the end of it, and I got feedback from people. I said, please, this is the pilot. That's why this is at this price. You need to give me the feedback so that I can change what I'm doing for the next ones. And then they've all just run seamlessly. Yeah. It's been brilliant.
Love it. And so there's a lot of myths around tribe building. I think one of the myths that you have absolutely dispelled is that tribe building isn't for people that sell into corporates or into organizations. What do you reckon to that?
Exactly. And I've loved, because to be honest, the corporate world at the start of lockdown in England, the corporate world they were the ones that were in my diary. They were the ones that weren't buying. So I had a tribe, but my tribe was the corporate world. I needed to build a bigger tribe, and it was the small businesses that were actually just carrying on, and they were the ones that said, no, I need to do this. I need to understand my people. I need to understand my own personality. I need to know how I'm interacting with other people. So you can build corporate tribes. You can build small business tribes. They don't have to be businesses. You just have to build a tribe. Yeah. It's the assumptions that we make as humans that actually I can't do this. Well, yeah. that you're stopping yourself if you use those words. You've got to go, I can do this. Of course I can do this. Why? Yeah.
As we move into 2021, what advice would you give to anybody who is worried about the future, is worried about how they sustain their business, but also how they grow it? So not necessarily just about survival, but how do you thrive through these challenging times?
Do something different. Not like as in do something completely different, like go work for Tesco's. That's not what I mean. But what is your business, and move it to a different place. That really old sales books, Who Moved My Cheese? It is that. It's, where is my tribe? Where is your tribe? Ask yourself the question. First of all, if you don't know what it is, who do I want in my tribe? Where are my tribe? Am I on the right social media platforms? And yet social media that's also exhausting. I mean, I bought Hootsuite. There are other platforms available, just because I was getting exhausted with having to post constantly every day. Yeah. And you've got to find where they are. You've got to know where they are. So first of all, as a coach, you just have to go, right, what does 2021 December look like? And then work back from there. Where do I need to move to? Because anyone can grow a tribe anywhere.
Yeah. It's a really good point. That's a good reminder for me as well, because tomorrow morning, I'm just going to put this up on the screen, I'm running a free planning day. So it's called Becoming Unstoppable in 2021. It's completely free. You can register using this link that's up on the page. If you're on my email list, you would have got an email about it this morning. It's completely free. It's going to be fun. There's probably going to be about 50 business owners. We're going to be looking at different ways of creating the businesses that we want next year. And we'll be learning a few lessons, or at least looking at the lessons from this year as well. Okay, so to kind of finish up, how would you describe, because I know that there are people that are like, particularly people that haven't worked with me before as a coach, how would you sum up like my style, I guess my style of leadership? What would you say about my unique style of leadership?
Like I say, I know you used to call yourself the No Bull SH12 coach, didn't you? But it is that you are just a really lovely, down-to-earth human. There's no airs and graces. There's no I'm better than you and I know this and I know that. It is just a case of you share all of your experience, you share all of you share everything that you have done with the people in your tribe. You give so much. I have learned so much from you. And yes, I know you always try and get that you've done the work, Vic, but if you weren't there, you're in the pack with us, you're in the tribe with us, you're not sitting on a throne saying do this, do that, do the others. You're in it launching your new program, so we're all there together. You really are one of the team.
I love that.
I love it.
And so, you know, great little segue into my principles: to be visible, to be vulnerable, and to be valuable, which you are absolutely in terms of being a tribe member. I have loved having you in the tribe this year, and I know you've just committed to working with me for another year. So we are not getting rid of each other, which is fantastic. So thank you for kicking off the interviews this morning. It's been brilliant. You're always a breath of fresh air. How can people find out more about your work?
So at the moment, my new website, which is queenofbehaviours.com, that's a holding page because I'm going to launch it in January. So if you just find me on motivationalvoice.uk, or email me, vic@motivationalvoice.uk. I'm on every platform of social media except TikTok. I don't understand that. And you can either find me as Vicky O'Farrell, or Queen of Behaviours.
I love it. Thank you, Vic, and have a wonderful day.
Thank you for inviting me, and I look forward to catching some of your other interviews as well.
Brilliant.